here we are at the Sugar Club in Stroud, and I'm with Broken Jaw. How you guys doing?
Yeah, pretty sound. Pretty sober, but
Sober at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment. Like, later on.
Excellent. Well, last time we saw you was at the Brunswick in Gloucester a month or so ago.
My birthday.
Yeah.
Messy.
That was a good crack.
As I say, can you remember anything about it?
Surprisingly, I can remember a lot apart from the end of the night. It's a bit of a blur. Yeah, I remember that. And that was in my nuts. Literally. It goes with the territory. So it was good. It was a good show. Like it was nice to be with the Mad Hatter Boys again. Since that was our first show actually as a band playing with them. And, I've missed gigging with them previously, so I really enjoyed it. Like, miss being that camaraderie of live bands that you get, and we're obviously relatively new to the scene, so it's quite hard for us to pick up and start, like, because we were all from different bands. These guys were in Kings and Heretic, and me and Mars were in Create Chaos, so it was like, for us, our main aim was obviously to get into that show and show the Mad Hatter Boys look like we're still here. And
yeah, because always we'd try and catch it. You know, so we never saw him for ages. You know, and then, but I still think that's my favourite gig we played so far. Yeah, definitely. You know,
I don't know. I still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you guys all get together?
When I left Create Chaos, I literally was looking to get straight back into the scene and carry on doing music again, because it's just something I love doing. It's something that I kind of don't want to give up. It's something that I kind of live for. So therefore, when I got back onto it, it was trying to find the right guys. And I ended up in a...
Sorry, mate.
I still haven't found him. I ended up in a covers band for a couple of months, and that just wasn't me. And I was always asking you, wasn't I, like, if we could start up and do something.
Project going.
Yeah. We tried out a couple of people, but they just weren't interested or didn't want to do it. And so I was trying to always find something a bit more... whether it be with him or not, to be honest.
Means to an end, wouldn't it, really?
I came across Gammon because Gammon had been in previous bands.
I'd supported Create Chaos and Mad Hatter in the previous band, so like I said, been around them. I'd supported them once each. I think it was the same bloody show, but I've known of Nutsy and he was a bit of a cock, but he was a good frontman. Like, so when he messaged me on Facebook, I was like, yeah, alright then, give it a crack, and here we are then.
So we were looking, from then on in, we obviously had a bassist and a drummer, and we were only ever looking to make it a 4-piece.
Yeah.
Just for easier sakes. Stage sakes. It's hard enough as it is at the moment. But so we were looking around, and Gammon suggested that he knew a guitarist anyways, and then I was talking to a mutual friend of Lee's as well, and he was saying, you should get Lee in there. So I had always meant to get hold of him, and luckily enough, before I'd actually gone to get hold of him, we met at a house party.
Yeah, it was a house party up in Ewley, wasn't it?
It was, mansion.
We were pretty drunk, and we got chatting about music.
That's it. I mean, Lee and I played music together for years.
We went to the same school.
So there's always the same sort of influences, give or take. And we've been doing it for years, so the connection that we've got for it already, like, straight away, was just, I think, made it so much fucking easier.
I was going to say,
because you've got no period where you've got to learn how each other play or what you want to play. We were just straight in it, straight into the click for it, so it was nice and easy.
It did fit really well. Like our first practice, we kind of practice. We won't talk about the first practice.
Miles.
I can't remember what you
we spent about 45 minutes finding the fucking place, and about an hour and a half just meeting him because he wasn't able to practice this day. He wasn't allowed to come out and play, so we spent about 45 minutes outside the unit. This is it.
We had a compliment introduction.
It
was like Freshers' Day for the band.
Yeah, that's it,
So we ended up going back to Lee's missus's house, and just because she's got a drum kit set up, we ended up just sitting down and they worked some things out. I listened to it, decided if I liked it or not, and if I could do anything with it. And then we came to the conclusion that we could. So therefore, we the second practice we brung it to Mars, and then that was it. Like, which is now known as Where I Stand, is the first track that we ever made.
Played that one, didn't it?
Yeah.
And it all went downhill from there.
Doesn't get any easier, I can tell you that. So, yeah, it's good. We're all happy in where we want to be. The majority of the time, I think we argue when we're not gigging, and I think it's just organisation. It's having to organise everything in order to get to the gig and have a good time. So it's like most bands, really.
There's nothing new, is it? It's the same every freaking week. Where are you? We're on in 50 minutes. I'll get out the shower then.
So how would you describe your style of music? A lot of journalists obviously built up so many pigeonholes under the metal genre umbrella. So how would you describe?
I'm gonna let
Jazz, funk, metal.
Freeform jazz with a bit of double bass.
Elevator music.
It's like it comes from a lot of things really, because I'm inspired from Bob Dylan to say Barry Tomorrow, Counterbat. So I go from like, you know, bluesy stuff, jazzy stuff, and then to death metal.
Yeah, it's like the first live show I ever went to. My old man took me when I was 11 or 12 when we went to see Motorhead, supported by Sepultura. So like the contrast of that, I mean Sepultura when I was 11 scared the living shit out of me. And I'd listened to even at 11 I'd listened to him for years with my old man, like, and that was what I wanted to play. And then we went and saw George Thorogood and the Destroyers. So that was a whole different aspect. And then we'd gone and seen like Foo Fighters, you know, all these. And then it was raised on like Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, The Who, Led Zeppelin. So like for me it's just standard rock and roll.
Yeah.
And then I just got to speed it the fuck up. You know, it's like slow down. But you know, it's just so like obviously we got through three of us, we got like thrashy punk elements through what we want. Then we got blowing freeform jazz you'd find in the background of the porno movie. You know, like so it's just such a contrast. But it's
It works.
It's just the energy of everything. It's just.
This is why you should never have a bassist.
Can I call you back?
Interview.
Just interview.
This is our pet bassist.
I bet. I'd say Lee definitely summed it up the best, because I mean, for me, like Motorhead, for instance, like you say, they don't class themselves as metal. When they first started out, they classed themselves as punk, and I think that's the thing. I think if you class yourself as something, someone's always going to tell you that you're something different.
Yeah.
So
that's it.
But Lee pretty much summarised it in like a sentence, and I think because people ask me where the sentence come from, and I was like, oh, he just said it one day, and it's perfect, really. It's like it's too punk to be metal and too metal to be punk. Yeah. It's just in between, and it's because we thrive off the energy, but we also like the clear aspects of our music. We like the sound. You have to kind of own that sound and own that sound, like to really enjoy it. And I think we have our kind of bouncy moments and we have our kind of heavy moments, but at the same time, I think that's where the last song in our set comes from, is Forever and a Day. This song came about so weird as well.
Yeah.
You started playing it, and for us it was like we didn't turn around and be negative about it. We weren't like, oh, we don't want to play this because it's quite light. We were just like, no, we really like this, and still to this day it's my favourite song because it has that heartfelt emotion in there, but also the heaviness.
But then it's like
everything else, because otherwise it just comes a bit flat and don't it?
We were on site
mix it up, don't you?
Two Pigs last week or the week before. And they had the flyer outside and had that the headline and that, so it's Broken Jaw, the best local punk metal band. We're like, we've got to be the only punk metal band around here.
Going back to what Nancy said, like, we're punk metal, I guess, but like I said, we've got
petal.
We've got the
Or monk.
We've got the jazz influences, the pop influences, the blues, everything. Yeah. So
just chuck it in.
You know, we don't want to be cliche metal, cliche punk. We just want to be us. And not generic.
But yeah, if you don't try different things, you're not going to ever find that sound you're looking for, are you? You got to mix it up, haven't you? Otherwise, you just kind of get stuck in the same kind of.
We all draw different influences, and I think we don't stop each other from drawing on those influences. I think we more than anything we push each other to use those influences. Like Lee's got massive thrash metal elements to his guitar. Gammon's got like a lot of punk background, but also he likes a bit of metal in there as well. So for me, that was the perfect kind of match that I wanted, because I mean I'm definitely down to punk and punk roots, but then also have my metal influence as well. And then Miles just brings the funk in there, and the last band that I can ever think of that had funk in there was Rage. And to me, Rage is not a bad thing. So if you can bring the Rage,
you'd be killing yourself if you said that.
Exactly. If he can bring the Rage element to it, then I'm happy. So I enjoy it. And
Chili/Rage.
Let's have a chat about your music. Have you got anything, an album or EP due out soon?
We've got our, we just recorded, we spent a week we did 3 days doing a 3-track EP.
Took 6 months to do each track. We took our time on this, we didn't want to rush it.
Only 3 tracks, but they had to be perfect. We did it second by second.
Oh yeah.
Like you would stop animation. Lee, play that note. Stop. Play the next note. Stop. But we've got that coming out. Hopefully, fingers crossed, end of July. But the guy who's mixing it, before he's finished mixing it, he's got to send it obviously to be mastered as well. But he's just had his monitors broken. So fingers crossed.
We broke the monitor.
So fingers crossed. Like he should be up and running again this week anyway. So fingers crossed he should be able to finish the 2 tracks and send them off to be mastered as well. So we're looking end of July. Obviously this is going to be our debut kind of music out there.
The only release we had by any stretch.
Because we did we did the home recording, and it was so funny because the way we did the home recordings for drums is obviously you start off recording drums anyway, and we had a forklift with a ladder, steel ladder going across, and then mics just dangling from it, and then so you had the bass mic, and then a condenser on the snare.
Well, we had this. It's a really awkward situation to be in because we were doing quite well locally for gigs, and then we wanted to stretch our legs. But then we couldn't do it with just a fan base. We needed a recording up on the Facebook page, whatever. So we didn't have the money or band fund at this point to do anything. So it was like, right, there's a forklift. We can put on some pallets on the other side, a ladder. We'll dangle some microphones. We'll get it up online. It'll be fine. Listen back to us. I'll be alright, we'll get it.
It's okay, it didn't sound there.
I was going to say, like, once it got done, like, that was the thing, like, because without music, people don't take you on. Unless they come and see you, obviously, live, then they'll say, I'd love you to come and play here. For us, it was a difficult situation because I definitely wanted to get the merch out first before we did an EP, because then that way you have financially, you settle yourself, you sell your merch at the gigs, and then that way you make back an equity in order to make an EP. So it made sense just to record some crap that we did. And we did, because luckily enough I had at home on my laptop I had recording software, but even though it's basic, so we plugged Gammon in to a mixer, gave him some headphones, watched him lean back from the ladder because he's quite a tall guy anyway, and the ladder was quite low because obviously we didn't want it too high, the mics. And then once we'd done that, we got
God bless the cable tie.
we got Lee in to do the guitar, like just the kind of, is it like the guide track, and then we got Miles in, and then we did the guitars again. And then I did the condenser.
Just sat there on the sofa.
Did the vocals with
warmer than a warehouse in the winter as well.
I just did the vocals with the condenser mic in my living room, so And it turned out all right.
It got us the part at Bristol.
Exactly. It got us quite a few gigs. Mainly, like you said, the Breed 77 one supporting in Bristol. And that was the key, was to get gigs.
Yeah.
And so it worked. And I think people are too hung up about recordings nowadays anyway, like being so perfect. I mean, even ours now, we've had one track sent back to us, and there's things in there that, you know, you can turn around and go, that's not right. But at the same time, it's like, if you weren't listening to it yourself, if someone gave it to someone else, they'd appreciate it anyway.
I mean, you are your own biggest critic, aren't you?
But at the same time, you don't like to sound too robotic.
That's the thing. I mean, it kind of like
it's
got the sort of raw element to it, so it's still kind of a. It's just catch-22. Depends what mood you're in when you listen to it. I'm fucking paying for this, isn't it?
If you don't try, you can't bet yourself.
Exactly.
Every time it just evolves.
That was the problem with our first one, was that, you know, because it wasn't done properly, we didn't have the flipping metronome. So on timing with drumming and guitar, he's obviously just going to the bass act, but it worked. It still worked. We still made it work, and that's what you got to do, is just get your head down and write music and hope people like it. So,
well, it served its purpose. I mean, you got to see gigs, and
that's
what it was for, really. It was just to get venues.
It was just the start.
Wouldn't have us otherwise.
We weren't getting the gigs, but then we didn't have a recording. It was just a vicious cycle, and it was getting to the point where you think, you don't know how much longer you can keep going and just doing.
Nothing's worse than getting stuck in that same venues.
Waiting 3 weeks to get back there, so you haven't done it to you. It was a kick in the teeth, but it worked.
It also got us our intro that we use now as well. So
I was going to actually ask you about that intro, because it was just
genius.
It was literally like, right, we need an intro. We'd done a couple of bits, so just a basic drum beat into like open notes, and then it was like, we got a gig in like 3 hours, write something, and then we said we all at our own homes, I guess, and got a Facebook message saying, right, pick a film quote. So we'd all chucked all these random film quotes, like expecting one or two, kind of practice. Right, I've got the intro. It's like everything, just like everything. Like
well, that's the thing, because before even that, like we had the basic one with the bass, the drums, and the guitar, and then. We went back, and I went back to mine, didn't I? And I was strolling through some YouTube clips of war and just speeches in general, because at the end of the day, like, humanity to me is a very big fucking subject. And at the end of the day, like, you can cover so much, like on such a small timescale. And for me, I just wanted an intro where it summed up basically how war is and how we are as human beings, and it's this I can't remember what his name, General something, and he comes up General Patton, that's it, General George Patton, and he comes up after being at World War II, and he gives this amazing speech, but the speech is basically him joking around with the crowd as well. So it was, but then he hits that hard note as well, where he says, like, you know, no one has experienced like war. It's hell from the top, pretty much, is what he says. And that for me was a big hit. And I thought, you know, I'm going to use that line. I'm going to use his speech, use that line, and then we'll kick in, because you know, you've got the open.
No, it's the last riff. It's the last riff from one of our songs.
So we used that, and that was. I mean, that intro was at least a minute and a half long, wasn't it? So we
ended up 20 minutes set, so we needed as much as we could get.
But
yours was so monotonous, though, wasn't it? He didn't really have anything.
Because he's so monotone when he's talking. The only bits you get is when he's laughing or when the planes are going over the top.
Like our old intro.
But that's the thing. I then went back.
Had a bit of character.
Well, yeah. After playing that. 2 gigs, I think it was. We decided to change it, cut it down, make it more our own. And I was, again, went back to the computer and looked at it blankly. Started going, what can I do? Like, let's try and find quotes for Broken Jewel from films. And I was like, okay, let's do that. And then I decided, well, fuck it doesn't have to be just singularly Broken Jewel quotes. Let's just get some favourite quotes that we like. So that's when I sent out a message to these guys and said, chuck me your favourite film quotes.
Yeah, we've got like Goonies.
Yours is Goonies. Lee's was Pulp Fiction. His was Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, it's just.
Mine was 2 actually, because I had the yeah, but that was Broken Jaw, wasn't it? My 2 were The Ringer, which is the ice cream, and then also which no one ever guesses, and I'm really surprised that no one ever guesses, but Highlander, and it's Kurgan saying nuts. No sense of humour. So that for me is hilarious. Like I had those 2, and then we had those.
Unfortunately, Miles had tried to get some quotes from like Dirty Dancing and stuff. Just didn't work, you know.
Don't put baby in the corner.
I thought it just worked so well. The elevator music that's going on. It's like, that kind of old nerve. And the drop in would definitely be a drop there.
That'd be a shock. That's what it would be.
So tonight, whereabouts are you guys off to next?
We've actually got quite a few. We're
Bristol
next weekend.
next,
Next weekend, Sunday is in Bristol for the all-day metal festival.
Yep.
You've got the likes of Welcome Back Delta who are playing tonight. Hellbound, who I've been friends with about 4 years now, 5 years, and then also you've got. I'm trying to think who else is playing.
I haven't got my diary.
That's the thing. There's at least 12 bands playing. Like,
It's gonna be a good day.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good day.
We're gonna turn up. We're gonna turn up and then have a photo shoot, and then go and like watch other bands and have a couple of drinks, and then we'll get on stage. But we're second to headlining, which is a shock, but it's always nice. So if someone's willing to put you on there, well, don't question them. Don't question them. Who's to question them? But then after that, we've got June. June's quite empty. It's July the next one, I think. Trying to think of where we are. Should have done the research. I know we've got the Vaults in August in Cirencester, so that's quite a local one for us again.
We've got Birmingham.
We've got Birmingham in August as well.
That should be a good laugh.
First time hitting Birmingham, which is nice.
Yeah.
Bristol, we've pretty much. We've had a good reception in Bristol, from what we've had.
Came, saw and conquered.
I wouldn't say conquered. Entertained. But and then we've got. I think Devisers want us back at some point again.
Yeah, that's a good laugh.
And then there's tons of places.
Just can't remember.
There's too many. That's what it is. It's just too many.
It's because I'm always drunk when I'm there. That's the problem. Get there. Oh, this is nice. Drink. Go home. Where did I go?
do the gig, and then I was trying to remember like a week before.
But at least he's got his own personal diary.
Thanks to the other.
My daddy.
But we're just trying to get anywhere and everywhere at the moment.
Yeah.
I think I got offered a gig in North Wales, so we're trying to sort that one out and see if we can get into the Welsh, because I really want to hit the Welsh part, because they love their metal. So, but other than that, anywhere else, anyone think?
Well, we were going to play bloody Liscard.
Yeah. But
That would have been tried. But it would have been a bad thing though. It did get cancelled, didn't it?
Yeah, it got cancelled.
Didn't drop
Well,
out.
we've had a couple that have cancelled. Like, it wasn't down to them that it got cancelled. It was just down to the fact that the venue didn't get back to me like the couple of days beforehand.
Yeah, it was a little bit sketchy.
Running theme here. Like, they obviously just don't want us.
I'm still not eating.
I don't blame them. I don't blame
of us. It's all down in the front now.
That's the thing. Like, Bristol seems pretty easy to hit. Like they like us. And I was always worried about hitting Bristol because
it always seems massive. Compared to anywhere we played, it was like.
They always seem to.
It's so known for music, isn't it?
Yeah, Bristol, Birmingham,
and good response.
Where else? Well, Exeter, to my knowledge, are the three that mainly where quite a lot of the metal lies. Obviously, you do have some in Liverpool and Manchester. That's the other one. It all comes back. If we don't turn up to a show, this is why. we just completely forget. I've got one. It just doesn't get written on. That's the problem.
Just tattoo on your arm.
Everywhere I've been. No room left at the end of it. But we're open to playing anywhere. Like as long as it's a struggle to try and get work off and stuff like that. But as long as we've got plenty of advance, like we know. The ultimate aim of doing this is to maybe not be able to work one day and just do this. But until
then,
you get paid for it, it's a bonus.
Until then, we'll struggle on and we'll manage. I mean, money's always a problem when you're in a band, regardless of who you are.
Especially in these times.
Especially when you got him.
Drain on resources.
It's just a drain in life.
Where's the love?
You want a hug? Oh, give him group hug!
You're right.
Thank God.
There's a question which I like to finish on, which is, I class it as the ultimate band fantasy question.
That's really bad, isn't it? From in this moment, done!
I'm not that way, Clyde.
No, the girl in this moment, if you're not that way,
So Maria
has it?
So we're done then, right?
A couple of years ago, the Big Four got together from Am I Evil at Somerset. Now, you guys are one of the new generation of the Big Four. Okay, so you're a massive headline act.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Whatever three bands would you have on stage with you?
Oh, mate.
What song would you perform?
Oh, mate.
Would you recommend? And whereabouts in the world would you perform?
Jesus.
I'd like Rock AM Ring.
Yeah.
That place looks like it could go off like anywhere, anytime. Like whatever band you ever see playing that place, there's always a massive.
So I'm gonna have to answer this pretty quickly because by the time I've listened to three, I'll have changed my
That's the problem, isn't it?
So the problem is,
we're all going to disagree.
The controversy at the moment with Azalea dying with the front man. I reckon he'd be up there. They'd be up there. Lamb of God, Motorhead, and for a bit of a swing. Is there only three? Yeah, there's only three. Mate, I've got like 6 to go here.
No more. You don't get any more.
But the thing is, like, without answering it, like I would like to have gone really winning onto Thin Lizzy. Like I can't stop blaring any of their albums right now.
I
love them. I saw it with Dad with Deep Purple, just love it. So the thing is, like, because it's the first track I listened to would have been Laid to Rest by Lamb of God. Simple as. That I've got to leave it at that because I'd have changed it. That
Lee, what would you have?
I'm still thinking, mate. It's like Gavin. I got one.
So the thing is, it would have been 3 of the big 4 for Lee. So
mine is Foo Fighters. Gotta be Foos. Like I'm sorry, you get the heavy and you get the kind of calm. So that for me is a big one. They would be there definitely. I want to go new, but at the same time, if I've only got 3, this is tough. Because I would have said Pearl Jam, but I've already picked Foos. Pearl are a massive thing for me. Eddie is a massive influence in what I do. Again, Kill Switch, but old Kill Switch with Howard. Like I say, old like mid Kill Switch with Howard. Howard is another big influence of mine as well. So those 2, and then for the third. Let's say opening band. God.
Billy Talent for Rise Against You.
Yeah, I would say I that was what I was. Rise Against and Billy were very close for me. Like, because again, both very big influences for me.
It's a shrill voice, isn't it?
Or Spine Shank. I'd have to go with Spine Shank as a third, because then you'd have the heavy, because you've got 2 relatively light one heavy. That would work for me. And if we had to cover a song, or like if we were covering a song, Gay Bar. Because it's funny, we don't do it anymore. We did it.
Yeah, we grew up.
We should swap chasing for Gay Bar.
In our first kind of round of gigs.
No embryonic stages of that.
Yeah. We were just. We loved playing it. It was funny. We also
Time Killer was the biggest point. We accepted these gigs and thinking, shit, we've still got 15 minutes left to play.
Cover.
So we'd have 3 original songs and have to make up with 2 covers and a lot of banter on stage.
Yeah.
So,
Which worked.
yeah,
We did
it worked.
it well.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Right, Miles, go on then.
You got 3 yet?
No, I've narrowed it down to 2 sort of.
Well, give us
I've
your 2.
got 2. I reckon like Incubus would be good as like
I'm going to
broken
cringe at you now.
I
like some
Incubus or
of them.
Pearl
Yeah,
Jam sort of
but-
like a vibe, something like a bit mellower. And another one I'd like to play Breed again.
Yeah.
Breed with
Oh, that was
They were
they were
sick, like,
sick.
so
They
I was just
I'd
trying
love
to-
play with them again. Like,
that was epic, but it's just like trying to think of a third. Then it's difficult because I think of something could say like Rage or something, but then they seem so epic it just wouldn't seem right.
oversold
You
it.
know what I mean? Put a band like that in the headline, we'll play second.
roll with the times, isn't it?
But
Like,
roll
that's
with
what
the times,
most
but-
people do. I mean,
Yeah.
look at festivals now. Like you have flipping.
Pendulum headlining a metal festival.
Yeah, so it's what works for people in the crowd. I mean, as long as they get their fill. Like it was that massive thing of obviously Machine Head finishing early for Limp Bizkit, even though Machine Head
I was there for that.
yeah, exactly. Like loads of people got
love it.
funny about it, but at the same time, it's like whatever sells.
Oh, I
and
could've
whatever
gone for
people like, money. Could have gone for Slipknot. You've had
Yeah,
yours
I was
now. You
thinking
can't
it.
do it.
So I'm still stuck. It's between doing gig and tour with Megadeth, Anthrax,
How do I see
and,
those two?
and Motorhead, or doing Download with Bury Tomorrow, Alexis on Fire, and Escape the Fate. I think I'd have to go with gig and tour, and then do.
And then follow it on the next day and do
Then do.
Just do
it
a
would
whole-
have
go
to
home,
be-
get showered and kick off for the next lot.
It would have to be either Megadeth's Holy
Stop off
Wars,
fest.
or
Stockfest.
Oh god.
or Anthrax's Antisocial,
Don't go in there.
because I do love my thrash.
Really?
I do like it.
You haven't chose your song.
Oh yeah. Pick a song.
Any song. Not that one.
Yeah, it's not going to be right. So think carefully.
I was going to choose that one as well.
It hurts. It hurts, doesn't it, Miles?
Yeah, it does.
What song would you like to cover? It doesn't have to be one of the bands, is it?
We do some like Fleetwood Mac or something.
The chain.
Yeah. Just for the one bit for him.
No,
I played it wrong! I got poop on my finger! Stop
That's
slap basing that bit!
What's going on in the background?
Just me on the microphone.
Just running across the stage.
Yeah, just leave it on the mic stand, just.
Come here, Marcus, back to the stage.
Yeah. Get you some tablets, mate. You'll be alright.
That's what my problem is, that I don't want to stay on the stage. I'd rather be involved with the crowd, like, have a good time.
Oh, it's like most of our gigs, isn't it? Me and you. And
Yeah.
me and the crowd. Miles was getting that way, but yeah, we've clocked up a fair mileage on out in the crowd.
I think that's good things to crowd interaction.
Oh, there's a lot of that.
Yeah,
There's a lot of that.
There is nothing more which I like. I've seen so many bands where they're sort of like static on stage, but they're sort of like running their head. Just going to get the guitarist just and leap off and do a runner.
Hey!
How are you going? Like,
That's the thing, like it's just. I think the more you interact with people, the more people will enjoy it, because there's nothing like me being like when I stand watching a gig. I've taken the back like kind of view to it now. I used to be any kind of music and I'd just be straight in the crowd
yeah.
and enjoy it. If I love the band, if I love the music, I'd be in the crowd and absolutely just going nuts. As I got older, I've learned that like I like to appreciate listening and watching more, especially because of being in bands. I think once you're in a band, you can't look at another band the same way. You have to view it the way that, oh wow, I wouldn't really do that, or I would do this, or you know,
Or
and you
put
kind
a
of
middle
feel,
eight there. Or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
No, I have that as
I would do this, or I'd do that. Oh, I really want to be on stage right now. So you know, you kind of sink at the back. Oh.
I sort of get myself into an awkward situation where I'm like, yeah, within the head. It's just like, especially when we played with Breed, you know, apart from Breed, I've never seen like any of the other bands or really heard of them. You know, they were all on tour with them. And I'd be at the front, and then I couldn't fight. I just sort of watched the drummer, like everything be going like mosh pit around me, but I was like, so that's how he does it. And then I clocked that he's just watching me go, fuck fuck is he looking at?
Who think he fancies me? Launched a stick at you. I think that's the thing though. Whatever kind of instrument or position on stage you do, you watch. Like I mean,
I can't listen to albums without just going drums. Drums.
I tend to look at, well, it'll always be the lead singer first, but then I'll take the time to listen to the other guys. But for me, like I said, like there's nothing more than annoying when you have a stage and they're just stood there. Yeah. Like there's no one wants to even.
That's time for a fag and a pipe.
Even if you still had Hendrix on the stage and he was, wailing away, you would not. Wailing away. Wrong hand. you would.
I clocked that.
Inside you died a little.
just a little bit.
I don't think there's any. You wouldn't want to listen and just stand there and him just being playing. Like you want him to move because that's what he did really well in my opinion. Playing live is regardless of who was around, he enjoyed himself, and that's what you want to do when you're on stage. Is enjoy yourself. If you're not enjoying yourself, fuck off. There's no point. So that's what we do pretty much. We enjoy ourselves.
There's no music really involved, but like the live show we enjoy so much. It's quite.
I'll always have a beer on stage with me. Like one thing that they won't class as lucky, but I class as lucky is I don't drive. So therefore I'll always be drinking at a show. I'll always be drinking at a show because I don't know, to be on stage without a drink is weird to me.
No, it's not routine or luck, mate, it's a problem.
For you, not me.
It's so bad.
When it becomes a problem, I'll let you know. When I'm puking on your shoes.
So sorry.
Play a trophies.
Hey, Moby Dick!
Just rolling around on a microphone.
Well, guys, thank you so much for taking time out. Really look forward to seeing you perform on stage.
We're looking forward to getting up there.
Well, hopefully tonight might be not a stage dive, so we'll see what happens.
He's looking forward to
every day. This is going to be the one, lads. This is going to catch me.
Every gig he's like, I'm going to stage dive tonight. Never happens.
It's because the stage is about a foot deep. Like,
the day that it is going to happen, no one's going to be there.
It's part like the Red Sea. Like,
He said very skinny.
Old school. I want to see him doing knee slides. Thanks, dude.
Thanks very much.
We'll go around the point.
cheers, mate.
Definitely have a point.